Cassidy Blackwell is Director of Strategic Projects at Airbnb. Cassidy will take us on a global journey of destination storytelling and will demonstrate how Airbnb is promoting the powerful and very timely message that everyone belongs everywhere. Let's welcome Cassidy to the stage.
Everybody. My name is Cassidy Blackwell, and I am the Director of Strategic Projects on the Public Affairs team at Airbnb. I wanted to start today by sharing a personal anecdote about a memorable travel experience, because we are all in the business of creating memorable travel experiences. So before I was officially on the Airbnb team, I was staying at a Brooklyn Airbnb, and I noticed that the space around me was filled with the exact same decor, the exact same books, even the exact same food that I have at home. So in essence, the home in which I decided to live like a local actually seemed a lot like my home in San Francisco. So I did what any normal guest would do. I told my Airbnb host exactly that. She was in Chile at the time, and I sent a text that basically said, hey, I think we're the same human. And she responded and said, you know, based on our exchanges, I had the same feeling and we should be friends. She was incredibly hospitable to begin with, but to be able to find a friend on the platform transformed my entire experience. So what could have been a routine business trip became something more memorable due to a person I had never even met in person. This is a photo from her birthday party in Sausalito, to which she invited me, and we are still friends to this day. I share this story because at Airbnb, we are striving to create a host-led world. In my case, and in many cases with Airbnb, it's the host, the people within a community that make that destination magical, make it memorable. At a time when technologies threaten to replace humans and ideologies threaten to separate us with walls, Airbnb is uniquely positioned to empower not only new ways of living and working, but also human connection around the entire world. When it comes to telling the story of a destination, we focus not on just the destination, but on the hosts within that destination, how they enable magical travel, how they sustain their local communities, and how they use tourism to fulfill their passions. Through their stories, we illustrate how our platform is powered by everyday entrepreneurs around the world. Instead of us telling the story of a destination, our strategy is to empower the host to tell that story of their home, their community, and of their country. So I want to show you a quick video that shows you how our partnership with Visit Sweden, the Swedish destination marketing organization, that was brought to life through the lens of a local host.
Hi, my name is Åke, and this is my home. Roughly 100 million acres of land, that is all mine. Well, I share it with 10 million other people, but I'm speaking on their behalf, so to speak. Welcome to the relaxation area. It's very spacious, to say the least. And check this out, 100,000 tempered infinity pools. This is my terrace. Custom design with panoramic floor-to-ceiling views in every direction. And this is my bathroom. Swedish minimalistic style, completely outfitted with all necessities. Last but not least, here is where the magic happens. And here. And here. And sometimes here. You see, in Sweden, we have this thing called freedom to roam. It's a right protected by the law that allows me to sleep and eat and walk pretty much wherever I want. Now you can too, because we listed the entire country on Airbnb. Welcome to my home. Welcome to Sweden.
Thank you. So this partnership and this content was incredibly impactful in terms of building visibility and awareness. This campaign delivered 2 times the press hits and 2 times the engagement that we anticipated around the world. I now want to share with you a little bit about our Airbnb host community. We have over 3.1 million hosts around the world. Because hosts earn up to 97% of what they charge, many of them choose to host as a means of earning supplemental income to pay for rent, school expenses, savings, home repair, or even their own travel. For those who live on fixed incomes, hosting provides an additional source of income, and as such, we are seeing that senior citizens are one of the fastest growing demographics on the platform. In the last year alone, we saw our seniors earn over $1.8 billion globally. Raise of hands, how many of you have heard of Airbnb Experiences? Great. Airbnb Experiences offer excursions and adventures. So whether it's pasta making with a nonna in Italy, or a 9-mile run through Tokyo, or a wine tasting in Napa, or an intimate jazz concert in Paris, Experiences help to bring the magic of travel to locals and visitors alike. Experiences are expanding fast. In 2016, we launched Experiences with 512 cities around the world. Now our platform offers over 14,000 experiences in almost 180 cities. And by the end of this year, we will have expanded into at least another 1,000 around the world. Some hosts are earning upwards of $200,000 annually. Compared to the same time last year, global weekly guest bookings are up over 2,500%. But as we scale, it's important that we maintain authenticity. We believe that quality is the key long-term differentiator, and as we expand into these new cities, we will be double downing on a handful of new categories, namely social impact experiences, social dining, adventures, and concerts, to ensure that our hosts are empowered to push the limits of hospitality in unique and unexpected ways. But what's really special about Experiences is that they are designed by the host with a true reflection of their passion. Within a destination, it's these experience hosts who provide an authentic taste of culture and community. Like our homes business, Experiences also help to bring the economic benefits of tourism to areas beyond the typical hotel area. Here's a map of Bangkok, where the red line shows the border where the hotel zone is. The blue dots are the host guidebook recommendations, 50% of which are within a 20-minute walk of the Airbnb listing itself, therefore showing how Airbnb helps to bring tourism dollars to restaurants, cafes, and other small businesses in the local neighborhood. Finally, the purple dots are the Airbnb experiences, which are dispersed widely throughout the entire market. Thanks to local hosts, our guests are spread throughout the area rather than concentrated in areas already potentially over-toured. 99% of the Bangkok experiences are outside of these hotel districts, and this is something that we see in many markets around the world, including those such as Amsterdam and Venice, where mass tourism is already an issue. Now, as I mentioned at the top of this presentation, I wanted to share with you 3 pillars of our content approach to how we deliver authentic storytelling. The first is to do good. And what I mean by this is that we believe in using tourism as a force for doing good in hosts' lives, their local neighborhoods, and our larger global community. We call this approach healthy tourism. In the same way that you have health food and yet you have junk food, there is healthy tourism and there is mass tourism. We seek to empower healthy tourism, the kind that's authentic, it's diverse, it's inclusive, and it's environmentally sustainable. In this way, we deliver tourism that's good for local businesses and their communities. This past March at the annual WTTC conference in Buenos Aires, we launched the Office of Healthy Tourism, a dedicated initiative focused on strategically growing healthy tourism throughout the world. As part of this launch, we also officially announced Airbnb Experiences in Puerto Rico, along with our partnership with the Puerto Rico Tourism Company. In a press conference with Governor Rosello and our Airbnb CEO, Brian Chesky, we also shared that we would be donating 3 months of our fees to local nonprofits as a way of aligning our content and action. For an economy that depends so deeply on tourism, this partnership was part of our larger effort to rebuild tourism on the island, which was severely affected by Hurricane Maria. By supporting our homes hosts and building Experiences as a new tool for economic empowerment, our goal was to support these ongoing recovery efforts. Here you'll see a snapshot of the social media posts, press conference, and press coverage that the partnership delivered. It's also worth noting that the partnership is still underway, so there will be future influencer partnerships as well as magazine content, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Next, our mission is to ensure that anyone can belong anywhere. It's no secret that we're living in increasingly divisive times in which the current administration makes statements and policies that fly in direct opposition of our mission of building an inclusive global society. Earlier this year, the president referred to certain countries and one entire continent using some pointed language and expletives. In response, we wanted to ensure that our local hosts had the opportunity to show their communities in a positive light, and we ran this next video at the top of the State of the Union address. We believe that it's okay to make waves and push the envelope in order to stand up for our mission in our community. It's part of our delivering authentic content and building awareness. So now I'll play this next video. Thank you. Beyond being a champion of our mission of belonging, we also see ourselves as stewards of the industry, the tourism industry in which we all operate. In the rise of xenophobia and nationalism, the concept of travel is constantly being challenged. We want to encourage people to continue to travel, to continue to see and experience the world. We believe that opening doors helps to open minds. We partner with organizations such as the UNWTO and the WTTC in an effort to ensure that we are aligned with the global tourism industry and understand local needs. Next, I'm going to show you one of our most recent brand videos to focus not just on a destination, but on the intrinsic value of travel, in an effort to ensure that people keep an open mind and see the world. Now, what was really powerful about the performance of this video is that we saw a considerable increase in brand lift and in consideration in audience that aren't within our typical urban millennial traveler sweet spot. Content is a testament to the power of using our platform and using content to be able to capture hearts and open minds. In closing, I wanted to share 4 key takeaways about the content examples and stories I shared today. The first is to think not only about the people that you're trying to bring to your destinations, but also about the people who currently live there. They are the stewards of culture, your ambassadors. How can you bring them into the conversation at all parts of your marketing journey? The second is to be authentic and to use your platform to reinvest in the community. The third is that what makes you special are the values that only you possess. Speak up for them, celebrate them, defend them. You'll likely find a group of people who want to share in them and be a part of your community. And finally, think about collaboration rather than competition. Travel is a massive global industry, one that is continually faced with challenges on a global scale. Your presence here today shows that you have an interest in ensuring the survival of our industry, and I want to encourage you to continue to build partnerships and work collaboratively when the opportunity presents itself. In closing, let's keep traveling forward together. Thank you.